People have this attitude today that they got time. There's no rush to buy any stocks, especially like with Aduro. Oh, there's no revenues or not significant revenues, blah, blah, blah. I got time. The market is bad. The market is going to get worse. And I want to show you something. So this stock here, Else Nutrition, look at this. It's up 112% today in one day on a press release. If you look at it over the last 5 days, it went from 31 cents to 70 cents. That's 130%. Now, in this market, we're going into recession, the world is ending, wars are everywhere, liquidity is bad, and the stock is up from 30 to 70, just like this. And if you look at the financials of this company, $3 million of cash, they have some restricted cash, some inventories, right? Trade payables. The current liabilities are a lot more than the current assets are a lot more than current liabilities. Not a lot of cash. Okay. The income statement looks very horrible. The way it is, absolutely horrible. Why is it horrible? Well, because if you look at the 6 months revenues, they have revenues of about over 5 million. But the problem is the cost of sales are almost equal to that. So there is barely any gross profit, right? If you look at it for 3 months, there's no gross profit. It's negative, right? So in other words, if I'm selling a calculator for $5, it costs me $5 to make it, and I sell it. Well, there's no gross profit. I still have to pay, my employees. I still have to pay advertising, all the other things, and I can't even make a gross profit. That's bad, right? That's what the financials of this company show. Now, if you look at the company's market cap, it's over 80 million. And I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just pointing out the fact that you can have something with those kinds of financials, and yet you have a market cap of over $80 million, okay? So why is this stock up for one day? Well, because they had a press release today saying Else Nutrition and Danone enter into a binding multi-stage collaboration. Letter of intent. That's it. Else Nutrition Holdings is pleased to announce that it has agreed to a multi-stage collaborations with Danone, a worldwide leading company specializing in fresh daily products, plant-based water, and water-specialized nutrition. Else and Danone signed a letter of intent. That's it, a letter of intent. On November 13, providing a multi-stage collaboration subject to the finalization of certain commercial terms. The LOI was entered into the following Danone having completed extensive due diligence. And then it says that the parties anticipate signing the definitive agreement by the end of Q1 2024. So the stock is up more than 100% on an LOI that nobody knows the details of. You don't know how much they're going to make on it, what the gross profit of it is, none of that. The stock is up 100%, and it's just an LOI. And then the definitive agreement is going to be signed by Q1 2024. Now, why am I telling this to you? Because you never know when these things are going to happen. and I'm going to bring it back to Aduro. You don't know when they're going to sign this agreement or that agreement. Can you imagine what would happen to the stock price if they signed some kind of agreement with Shell, right? And everybody is just like, oh, I got time. You don't know these things. And just because you think you got time doesn't mean you got time. I mean, look at this. Look at this, from 31 cents to 70 cents in a matter of 5 days. But you got time. You always got time until you don't.